And one of the nuances that we'll see in some bond problems is when a company isn't sure whether or not interest rates are going to change, and so they want to be able to have the right perhaps to cancel the current agreement and start afresh, similar to what you'd be doing if you were to refinance a mortgage. So consider ABC Corporation again, and let's suppose that they have bonds outstanding that have 20 years remaining to maturity, $1,000 par value, originally offered with a 10% coupon rate with semi-annual payments. They have an opportunity to call in 5 years for a $50 premium and a yield to maturity of 11%. What price would you be willing to pay for an ABC bond? Well, in this case, what we want to be looking at here in the case of a call provision is we treat it as if the call is going to happen. We would price it accordingly. So let's take a look at this in the traditional problem by making some adjustments for what the premium puts in place in terms of the flow of funds. So we're going to go to the function wizard, and under financial functions we want to go with the PV function again to deal with the price. When you look at this, we're talking about the interest rate. Remember, it is the periodic rate, so we want R sub D divided by small m. Now, for the number of periods that we're going to have, here's where the first change comes in. If you treat it as if it's going to call and the call can happen in 5 periods, then we deal with it for 5 periods rather than, or 5 years rather than the 20 years that are remaining. So we'll have 5 periods times the 2 discount periods per year. Now, with respect to payment, this would be the periodic payment, which is an outlay for the company, so it's a negative of the coupon rate times the par value divided by the 2 payments per year, small m. So it's a $50 outlay every 6 months. Future value, and here you need to be very, very careful with this, is not only is it going to be an outlay of the $1,000, but it's also going to be an outlay of the premium. Now I'm going to pop this in here in a very careful way to be able to say, well, let's put in parentheses what is the entire outlay, so that way we don't mess up our signs. So we're going to pay $1,000. We're also going to add to that a $50 premium. So we can see here that the outlay is $1,050. Now be careful with your parentheses because you don't want to say, well, it's a negative $1,000 and then simply add 50 to it and come up with a $950. It is an outlay of $1,050. With that in place, if that's indeed what may happen, then the price today is worth $991.58.